Shut up and sit down.
Natural Resource Depletion AC. AC or Natural Resource Depletion for students and children in English. Natural resources are everything we find around us that has been produced by nature naturally. This includes the air we breathe, the water we drink, the sunlight we bask in, and also other organic elements such as minerals, timber, and fossil fuels. Without these resources, human life would have been impossible. Certain biotic elements are the natural resources that are obtained from living organisms such as animals, forests, fishes, and also fossil fuel, because it is the decay of the dead organisms. The resources, which are referred to as the non-living elements of Mother Nature, are abiotic resources. Examples are soil, minerals, wind, sunlight, etc. Throughout the world, natural resources are well distributed. You can't find all the resources in one area, but over the years, humans have found efficient ways to use up the natural resources present in their region. If we were to take India for example, we have learned that our most natural resources are our soil and varied weather in different regions, which work best for different types of crops such as cotton, tea, rice, sugarcane, etc. Over the years, humans have learned to use our natural resources in ways that they are originally not intended for, like using water not only for drinking but also creating hydroelectric power, using sunlight as solar energy, and so on. Ever since industrialization and globalization, we are moving forward to find ways where we can use our resources in different ways and also create various products that can also serve us in better ways. In our ecosystem, not all resources are unlimited and we have to learn to be careful for our consumption. Over the past couple of decades, many technological advancements have made our lives much more convenient, and also we have found so many alternatives to some of the natural resources. After industrialization and globalization came trade and commerce, which sparked up interconnectivity between people, and this allowed for an instant boom in technology, which has allowed us to create many efficient and effective products that are designed to serve us better. We have also realized that we need alternatives to these resources quickly because we are constantly using our natural resources and they are not unlimited. Advancements like wind, hydro, biomass, geothermal, and solar are renewable resources because they are present in such abundance and they are constantly self-replenishing in nature. The resources such as nuclear elements, coal, iron, fresh water, and fossil fuel will take a million to self-replenish and we must start using alternatives so we deplete these resources. Historically speaking, natural resources were very important for countries if they wanted to develop and compete with other countries on a global level. But because of the socio-economic disparity between different countries, we have seen how so many natural resources have either been depleted or not been used at all. Most developed countries have the money and the technology to extract these resources and use them to their fullest, whereas developing countries are still struggling with this process. Though today globalization has made it possible for ease of accessibility of natural resources around the world, we are still dependent on those countries that have the most amount of natural resources. Let's take for example the Middle East, who has an abundance of fossil fuel, which even in the 21st century is extremely crucial. Countries have started using more viable options that are more eco-friendly, and this is possible because of the technology advancements. But this means that those countries that are still dependent on these natural resources will fall back. Coal mining and the availability of iron had helped make Britain one of the most developed countries at the time, and one of the richest nations too. This allowed for the Industrial Revolution to take place, and similarly, this had made France, America, and other nations into such superpower nations. So using these natural resources had progressed so fast, but that was in the past. Now the country's economy is based on so many different factors. It does not need to use up its natural resources because there are many alternatives to non-renewable resources, like fossil fuels, like electricity. It is of grave importance that nations come to understand this and make the right moves so that they don't suffer as much in the future. As we move to an unsure future, we must consider our future generations and how we can still provide them with so much by just conserving and wisely using our resources. Technological advancements have made it possible for us to use different resources and create products that cater to our needs, but we should be aware of how precious these resources are to the earth and our future generations.